Yes, yes, everybody. So my name is Emmanuel. You can call me Manny. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the one and only Victor Osimhen. He's currently starting Turkey with Galatasaray. As you can see, the title and the thumbnail. I just believe that he's too good for Turkey. We already see what's going on in Turkey. We see the goals he's scoring. We see the impact he's creating for the team. The player of his caliber. No disrespect to Galatasaray or the Super League in Turkey, but the caliber of Osimhen at the age of 25 should not be playing in Galatasaray. That's just my opinion. No offense, but that's just me. How could he go from Napoli in Serie A, not too long ago, won the league for Napoli, which was the first time they won that league since Maradona in the 80s. I think it was 86 or 88, one of those years. And well, since the 80s, Team Napoli hasn't won the Serie A, even though they had legendary classic or legendary players since then. But it was Osimhen that led that team to win his first Serie A since Maradona. And that was 2 seasons ago. Now, 2 seasons later, he's in Turkey, Galatasaray. Now, mind you, Galatasaray is a good team. Like, obviously, they are the best team in Turkey, and they have history in Europe. They won the Europa League in 2000. So I'm not going to say they're a scrub. They're not. However, for Osimhen, who was classed as a 100 million euro striker not too long ago, now suddenly is playing for Galatasaray in Turkey. And you see the way he's performing, it's too easy for him. It's too easy for him. Like, I'm like, why has clubs not opened their wallet, purchased this guy? Is it because his injury record? Is it because his attitude? Or is it because they don't feel they know he's a good striker. Everyone knows he's a good striker. But did they not see him as a 100 million euro striker? They don't see him that amount. I don't know. But I'm still puzzled why a club in Europe didn't, open the wallet to get the guy. We all know what happened in the summer, with Napoli and Osimhen. They had a gentleman agreement saying that, look, if a club paid the release clause, you have to go. Even Osimhen said that he needs to go. He said his time is done. He has done everything he could. He got the Sudeco for Napoli. He has done everything. So I don't know what more he needs to do. So they had a gentleman's agreement and then they said, look, we need to part ways. It's time for move on. La di da. Obviously, top clubs across Europe were interested from PSG, Chelsea, Arsenal at one point, Bayern Munich. And then all suddenly, those clubs are like, nah, we're not gonna open the wallet. We're not gonna pay that amount. We want to sign you. We're just not gonna pay Napoli's ridiculous release clause. And that release clause back in the early summer was 130 million euros. Yeah, I that was kind of asking for trouble. So as time goes on in summer, towards the later stage of the transfer window, now Napoli is like, okay, we are gonna have a trouble about this. Maybe we need to put our guard down a bit. And mind you, to replace Osimhen, they wanted Lukaku from Chelsea. And Chelsea themselves, like, we're not gonna do no discounts. You have to pay what we asked for to get the guy. So Napoli is like, all right, we need to we need to easy up a bit. So they got Lukaku from Chelsea. They paid Chelsea the amount they were looking for. They had no choice. Now, in terms of Ocean, they have to drop the release clause. So the release clause was dropped from 130 to 75 million euros. The problem is that was at the late stage of the transfer window in August. But there's another problem. Saudi Arabia. Now, a young player, 25 years old, at his prime right now, why would he want to go to Saudi Arabia and play his prime years there when he can actually do it in Europe? Don't get me wrong, money is good over there in Saudi Arabia. Like this is generation wealth, honestly. Like uh Saudi Arabia was gonna offer Napoli the money. They were gonna have offer Osimhen the money as well. But Osimhen was like 50-50 on it. So I'm like, I love the money, but I don't think I'm ready to go to Saudi Arabia because obviously he's 25 years old. He's still like got like 5 or 6 years in Europe before he can, off go off to Saudi Arabia. So that's what he's been thinking. And I don't blame him. And striker at his prime right now be like, man, I don't want to waste my prime years in Saudi Arabia. No offense, but I know I'm capable of performing at the top level in Europe. Um, so yeah, so that didn't happen, and they went for Ivan Tony instead. Happy for him. He got his money. Credit to you, my friend. So no problem. So now the transfer window is over in certain in parts in Europe. What now? He can't stay in Napoli. Conte told him to F off. I don't want him here. I got Lukaku. Before I get to that, um, just imagine though, like if Conte wasn't the manager for Napoli. Just imagine if a manager's like, wait a minute, I got Lukaku, I got Osimhen, I can play both of them 4-4-2, two strikers, two lethal strikers, and then you got the wingers, then you got the center midfield, and you got the full defense. Just imagine a manager who does like you got two good finishers in your team at one point. Play them together, and then you will swap the lever. The defenders will have nightmares. Honestly, I would if I was playing against Napoli. But unfortunately, it's Conte. He had his formation, three at the back, five midfields, yada yada, you know the rest. So that was never going to happen. And obviously, him and the Napoli board made the decision like, I wash my hands with Osimhen. We want our money. We want to cut our losses. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. It's good to dream. I just feel like, why not play those two together? Like just one season, even to January, get his value up. I just feel like Napoli should kind of like maybe keeping and playing with Lukaku. That could happen just to January at least. But it's like, nah, we don't want that. So that that was never gonna happen. And then all suddenly, credit to Galatasaray, they shoot the shot. It worked out. Osman said yes. Osman had no choice. His hands were tied. He was back to the wall. He was back to the corner. So he had no choice but to accept that offer. It was a loan offer. But I said to myself, you should have done that with Chelsea because the Chelsea had a loan offer for you, but you said no. Or you didn't know that was going to happen. You didn't see the future. None of us see the future, but you know what I mean? Then you don't, then you do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he had no choice to accept that offer from Galatasaray. And I don't blame Galatasaray for shooting that shot because every club, like, you see a player that's completely out of the team, out of the board, out of the stadium, out of the manager's plans, out of the team completely. Yeah, your finance. I'm not saying Galatasaray is not a broke club. They have money, but not to a certain extent. So, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna offer you this loan offer just for 1 year, just to help us and to help yourself. You know what I mean? We work together. And he said yes, and he had no choice. He had to say yes because he was either that or just stay at home, and then its value would have dropped. And Napoli, and Italians, they will play hardball with you. Honestly, they will play hardball. So I don't think you want to take that chances. So had no choice, and then he went to Galatasaray. Now he's in Galatasaray, and look what he's doing now. It's too easy for him. Would you say maybe he need to drop his ego a bit with comes to his demands? Yes, you could say that, but he just asking what he's worth. If you believe he's worth that amount, then and players believe and the club do believe in him and believe he's going to be a huge impact signing, which he's turning out to be in Galatasaray, then why not? Honestly, so it's a complicated situation. It was a complicated transfer, real complicated, and I feel, don't get me wrong, he's doing well and it's going to help the team win. They're going to win the league, let's be honest. We don't really watch Turkish league over here. We watch the Europa League, so I will keep an eye what he's doing in the Europa League, but he's doing so good so far. Right now, in all competition, he got 7 appearances, 5 goals, 4 assists. Come on. This is too easy for Osimhen. So easy. And obviously, because of his efforts and also the team efforts as well, they're currently in first place, 28 points, like 6 points above second place. They're gonna run away with this title. I'm sorry, they're gonna run away with the title. Like, come on, you got Ekada, Torreira, and other players who did well at one point in Europe, and then you add Osimhen into it. It's a run away. They're running away with the title, and there's no shame of saying that because they got the players, they got everything, and the league is not strong as it once was. No disrespect, but a player of that caliber shouldn't have been playing in that league. But here we are. But the interesting part now is the future. Now they have a way, they have a he has a release clause of 90 million euros. Let's be honest, no club is going to spend 90 million euros on Osimhen in January. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to rule that out. But the interesting part is summer. Now, for Galatasaray, I'm going to give you some bad news. Yes, you do want to bring him back. You do want him to stay for a long time. But can you afford Napoli's demand? That's another question. I don't think that Galatasaray can even afford to spend 50 million on Osimhen. Forget 90, forget 75, 50 million. I don't think they can afford that. That's what I think. The only way they can afford Osimhen is another loan. And I don't think Napoli wants another loan, or even Osimhen himself want another loan. He's like, look, I want a permanent, I want a new home, and that's what I want. I don't want another loan. I've done it for one season. I proved myself. So it's either buy me or go somewhere else. So Galatasaray, you just enjoy what you have with him right now because it's gonna only last one season. I'm afraid to tell you. The question is, where is he gonna go next summer? There's gonna be a lot of clubs gonna be interested. The way he's performing, if he continues that this way, there's gonna be a lot of clubs be interested. I'm not gonna talk about only Chelsea, Arsenal, PSG. Even Liverpool might add to the mix. Man United, maybe Bayern Munich. I'm just saying maybe. I'm not saying guarantee, but maybe Bayern Munich or maybe other top clubs. They will like, look, we see what he's done in Turkey. Let him try come what he can do for us. Obviously, he wants to go to the Premier League. Who doesn't want to go to the Premier League? So all those Premier League clubs were keeping a close eye on him. Like, okay, they are definitely keeping a close eye on like what he's doing in Turkey right now, and they'll be impressed. It's just the finance of it. But if they have to pay up, they have to pay up. You know what I mean? Good players don't come cheap. Good players don't come cheap these days. You should know. But anyway, for Osimhen, I just want him to keep doing what he's doing. Just keep doing what he's doing. Just continue scoring goals and yeah, man, just help Galatasaray and with the season and deliver the trophies and show to everyone like, look, I'm that guy. I'm that dude. Yeah, you guys doubted me. You won't doubt me next year. I'm telling you. So yeah, it's just too good for Turkey, man. We just see the way he's dominating. No disrespect to the league, but a player of that caliber shouldn't have been playing there. Yeah, it's not his fault, but yeah, just enjoy what you have, Galatasaray. Yeah, just enjoy what you have. One season, because yeah, it's gonna make it. He's making an impact as he is. So that's what I have to say about the situation. So we see what's going on. We see what's gonna happen in the future. But right now, they're just gonna wander away with the league, and we see what they're gonna do in Europa League as well. So that's another interesting aspect as well. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say about the Ocean Man situation. He's just too good for Turkey. He's too good for Galatasaray. He's too good for the league. I don't have to say anything further than that. And that's my conclusion to this video. Thank you for watching and I hope you like it. I'll see you next time. Bye.